news, there was also many celebratory posts, undisclosed people who were seemingly very happy with the fact that Mustafa was finally taken out. There were many posts with videos of people lighting up fireworks, posting laughing emojis.
Fireworks after somebody just lost their life is crazy. Shout out, Sweden. In case they didn't hear you, TT. Shout out, Sweden. Listen, I've been reacting to some reacting. I said I've been reacting to some reacting. Listen, that we can't practice perfection, man. We're gonna make mistakes. But listen, I've been reacting to Sweden music. I'm getting a lot of y'all comments like, yo, TT, go look for the English version. A lot of the music videos, some of them don't have the English titles, like the subtitles. And then I gotta go to just look at the lyrics. And that's boring. I want to get the whole Sweden feel. So don't be mad if I react to a video and I don't know nothing that they're saying. It's just me enjoying the vibe, which is why you came here to subscribe for the vibe. So apparently this dude is like cutting up in Sweden, all right? Like just cutting all the way up. Thoughts and prayers to everybody in Sweden right now. Yo, it is ghetto down there. We about to get educated on what's going on down there. So if you ever wanted to visit, you kind of have an idea. I'm done with all that talking. Let's get ghetto.
The story about one of Sweden's most well-known criminals. For years, he was part of one of the most notorious gangs in the country that earned millions by smuggling and selling drugs. All seemed well until the gang had a falling out. They had become sworn enemies of each other and did whatever was possible to take each other's lives. After one of their...
Yo, it's always about people that was trapping, you know, just riding together, and then things go left in between the organization, and then it's always chaos, man.
Their mothers got taken out. There was no turning back anymore. This man managed to escape an attempt on his life in a spectacular way before.
Yo, they on live with all types of military guns. What's happening?
But now it seems as if his story truly ended. This is the final part of the story of Mustafa Al-Jibouri, also known as Benzema. Please note that this is a developing story.
Nah, this still going on? What's happening?
It happened on the 8th of January 2024, and it was all caught on camera. An Instagram user that goes by the name Scar121 uploaded a picture on his story with celebratory emojis, followed by footage of a hit taking place. The video shows someone filming a black Mercedes in bumper-to-bumper traffic in Baghdad, Iraq. Then, all of a sudden, on the right side of the frame, a man in a white or grey looking hoodie could be seen running towards the black Mercedes carrying a firearm. He extends his arms and seemingly fires off several shots.
No way. In broad daylight? This look like it's the afternoon, people going to work or coming home from work, probably on lunch break from work, and this is getting bodied? Nah, this is insane.
The man in the car was none other than Mustafa Al-Jibouri. Mustafa did not stand a chance, and most likely did not even see it coming. He only made it to 34 years old. The video shows him shortly hit the brake, maybe as some sort of a reaction, but the damage was most likely already done. A different video from a dash cam captured the suspect firing off the shots and running away. As the hours passed and the news spread, more and more footage.
That's why I don't understand how niggas can break crime nowadays. Like, it's cameras everywhere. Like, they just said, look, and they got you on dash cam. So even though somebody already recorded the hit, which is crazy because who does that? They got you on somebody random dash cam. It's like, yo, it's dangerous.
As well as reactions surfaced. In terms of footage, I unfortunately cannot share everything on this platform due to its graphic nature. Some of the pictures and videos clearly showed Mustafa being struck several times behind the wheel of his car. Other pictures showed the passenger side window riddled with at least 13 shots and the state of his car after the incident took place. As a reaction to the news, there was also many celebratory posts, undisclosed people who were seemingly very happy with the fact that Mustafa was finally taken out. There were many posts with videos of people lighting up fireworks, posting laughing emojis.
Fireworks after somebody just lost their life is crazy. This might be worse than America. In America, somebody lose their life, you know, they say they smoking on their ops, they smoking on them. Fireworks is a whole nother level. This is a whole nother level of ghetto. I'm speechless.
As well as other posts that were mocking Mustafa. Though one of the most notable posts that surfaced was a photo that showed Ismail Abdo smiling with two of his associates. If you are unsure who Ismail Abdo is, be sure to watch my video about him too.
Drop a comment. Should I watch a video about him too? I'm trying to understand this whole chaos.
It's not a 100% confirmed that this photo was taken after the hit, but it surfaced rather timely with the caption, Benzema, were they behind the attack? Well, more on that later. Shortly after the shooting, police managed to arrest the suspected shooter, whose picture was released by Baghdad Today News. According to the police, the suspect is a 19-year-old man that holds the Swedish nationality. They further stated that the
You see, and I watched the report on what's going on in Sweden. They said that it's mainly immigrant. They just say he's Sweden. He's from Sweden. So you see, it's not mainly immigrants.
shooter acted as a delivery driver and followed Mustafa around on a scooter. Besides the shooter, they also arrested two other Swedish men suspected of being involved in the preparation of the hit. After the news got out, the Foreign Ministry of Sweden wrote in an email to Aftonbladet, "We are aware of information that a Swedish citizen has succumbed to injuries in Iraq. The embassy in Baghdad is investigating the information and is in contact with local authorities." For those familiar with Benzema and his social media accounts, know that he was very active, especially in the last few months. This was probably extremely helpful for those who had it out for him, as he frequently showed himself driving his unarmored Mercedes through Baghdad without any visible protection. He absolutely did not seem to be scared of something coming. Could this insight he gave into his own life have helped his enemies to plan the hit? Another very important question that now arises is, who could be behind this hit? At the time of writing this, the incident has happened less than 24 hours ago, so 100% reliable and proven information is still relatively scarce. According to newspaper Expressen, Ismail Abdo has claimed to be responsible for the attack. However, it must be said that the hit is still being accredited to others too. Could it have been ordered by Rawa Majid, the Kurdish fox? Or
Innocent until proven guilty. So all these guys are innocent until they can prove that they did it.
potentially by another group? Benzema has been a figure in the underworld of Sweden for many years now, and those who've been watching my Swedish videos know that in the last few years, the violence in Sweden has skyrocketed. A lot has happened. For the past few years, Mustafa was in charge of the Foxtrot gang, together with Rawa Majid and Ismail Abdo. Mustafa and Rawa had met each other in prison 12 years ago. According to the Swedish police, Benzema was an important organizer for shipments of drugs coming into Sweden for the Foxtrot gang, which would then be sold on the streets. However, the last few months had been very rocky for the Foxtrot gang. An internal dispute between Rawa and Ismail about money would go on to erupt in a violent feud that led to Rawa ordering Ismail's mother to be taken out on the 7th of September 2023. After that happened, there was officially no turning back. The feud would go on to get worse and worse as both men kept ordering attack on each other's loved ones, resulting in a lot of innocent victims in the process. Mustafa remained loyal to Rawa, which in turn made him an enemy of Ismail Abdo. As all three men were hiding abroad, they could not directly get to each other, causing them to focus on each other's family members. This led to a series of attacks on Mustafa's family, one of which took place on the 25th of September 2023.
Yo, this is wild. They going after family? Like, nah, they gotta end this. This is just too family. People ain't got nothing to do with it.
Powerful explosive went on in the stairwell of an apartment building in Hasselby. A CCTV camera captured the sound of the explosion. Let's listen to it. Pictures of the aftermath showed that the explosion did not only damage the front door of the building, but also the back door. The doors were quite literally blown away on both sides. 3 people had gotten hurt and were taken to the hospital. Luckily, none of them were seriously injured. The crime scene in Hasselby wasn't even cleaned up yet when there was already another explosion just 9 hours later. This time it was in Linköping, almost 300 kilometers away from Hasselby. It was 6 in the morning when residents were abruptly shaken out of their bed by an explosion so ferocious that the entire front of the apartment building blew right off. The bomb was placed in the stairwell of the building once again. After the explosion, you could see the inside of one of the apartments. All the residents of the building were immediately evacuated and taken to a nearby gymnasium for their own safety. According to the bomb squad that arrived on the scene, the building was so damaged that certain parts could collapse completely. Despite the magnitude of the explosive, only 2 women suffered minor injuries. It could have been way worse. Shortly after those 2 attacks, rumors started swirling that Ismail decided to increase the pressure on Mustafa by putting a price on his head, a price of 1 million. Whoever could manage to take Mustafa out would be paid the $1 million bounty. And here's where it got
Yo, $1 million on your head is crazy. For somebody to put $1 million on your head, they want you bad and they got the money for it. You can't, I wouldn't even beef. You don't even beef with somebody that got more money than you, honestly. Because it's stuff like this. Like, they could, like, how you gonna double that if you ain't got it?
absolutely insane. Shortly after the rumor started swirling, another rumor started spreading around. According to those rumors, Mustafa was successfully taken out in Iraq. The rumor even reached the Swedish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, though they could not confirm whether it was true or not. Slowly, several pictures and videos of Mustafa were shared that seemed to confirm what was suspected. He was shown being apprehended and afterward shown as if he fell victim to a shooting while seated in a car. Shortly after those photos were spread on social media, people close to Mustafa posted pictures, grieving his loss. Then a video was posted showing people lighting off fireworks. These were allegedly Ismail's men, celebrating that Mustafa had been taken out. Ismail paid the 1 million reward and was under the impression that he did some serious damage to Rawa Majid and the Foxtrot gang. Little did he know. Sometime later, Foxtrot gang affiliate and rapper 50 posted a message on his Instagram story stating, "Hey folks, an important announcement to the public. Today at 8 o'clock, I will have an Instagram live you don't want to miss. I will bring with me a very special guest." As 50 is a rapper, many expected it to be related.
Yo, drop a comment. I want to hear his music. And yo, thoughts and prayers, man. This is just insane. This is all innocent or proven guilty.
To new music he was releasing, but it had nothing to do with music. As a total surprise, Mustafa joined the Instagram live to show that he was still alive and well, and that the pictures and videos that were spread around were staged by him and his associates. During the Instagram live, he was seen parading.
Yo, these guys is gangster. He staged his own hit, pretended like he was gone, whole time he's still here. Nah.
Parading a golden Kalashnikov while being surrounded by his associates, boasting firearms as well. One of the men in the background can be seen eating strawberries, a direct reference to Ismail, whose nickname is Strawberry. At its peak, nearly 20,000 people tuned in. Mustafa laughed and went on to boast how he staged his passing for multiple days, saying something along the lines of, "Hey brothers, have you heard of it? Benzema passed. For $1 million. You gave $1 million for a picture with Benzema in handcuffs. Benzema fooled you." He also addressed the rumors Ismail spread about him hiding. "How am I hiding? I am the man in my home country." Remember this statement, because it would prove to be very interesting looking at the information we have available now. Shortly after this surprising Instagram live, Mustafa decided to split from the Foxtrot gang and started his own organization called La Liga. The name of the organization derived from a police operation against Mustafa that started at the end of 2022. With La Liga, Mustafa wanted to change the current situation of Sweden and put an end to the excessive violence causing harm to innocent civilians. He also wanted to halt the use of young children as soldiers, and was openly critical about his former partners Ismail and Rawa, who did so. It's not often that someone takes such an aggressive stance against his old group. He gladly advocated for his new group on social media, and he also used it to send threats to his enemies. A few days before the attack, Ismail Abdo actually joined an Instagram live of Mustafa. That could have been a sign that they already had him in their sight, and something was coming. Going back to his statement, "How am I hiding? I am the man in my home country."
Yo, this is something like out of a movie. Like, I feel like I'm watching a movie.
Could he have felt too comfortable and let his guard down? Showing his whereabouts, the unarmored car he drove, and the lack of security may have ended up costing him his life. What this will mean for the Swedish underworld remains to be seen. Will retaliation follow? Or could this be the end of the violence? Although, I think for now, the most important question is, who was behind this hit? As always, I'll be sure to keep you updated. Make sure you're subscribed to the
Yo, y'all subscribe for the vibe. Rest in peace, thoughts and prayers. I hope they could put an end to this.